when you're ready. Ready when the animal will become a jam. In the engine. It's a vibe in the section when we jam into the steel pan. In the engine. Come on, join the line. Grab your bottle and spoon. It's a party in the engine room. In the engine room, we go jam it steady. In the engine room, we go get on massé. In the meantime, why don't you join the line? Grab your bottle and spoon. And come let we party in the engine room. Hey, I'm telling you now, if we could just put aside we pride and let Jaja be we guide, then no one be the prize and no one will feel a type of way. Get ready and
WEFM, the fresh sound.
Voice of the Man Bongo Prime representing for Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And good morning. I was going to sing this song about leave it alone. No, I'm not going to sing it, folks. I'm not going to sing it. All right, good morning. We are back with you for another day here on Activated Morning on WEFM. It is Friday. I hope that many of you are in some good spirits because it is Friday, all right? If you're feeling tired like me, praise Jesus, it is Friday. I just look forward to going home, getting some rest, possibly doing nothing at all tomorrow, and, having a wonderful weekend. This is when you really turn an adult, when you look forward to doing nothing. Yeah, this is the hallmark of adulthood, children.
Boy.
This is the hallmark of adulthood. All right, good morning to you, Dianna.
Morning, Roleza. I claim that weekend for you. I hope you get all those things that you wish to get this weekend.
Yeah,
you know?
just.
Morning, everybody. We are back. We are here. We're ready to get into our discussions, and we hope that you are too. Make sure you have your phone ready so that when you're ready to give us that call to chime in, you can get in fast, right?
All right, so just want to say good morning to to Bob and to Jacqueline, and of course to Mrs. Joseph there on the live, and whoever else may be on the live at this time as well. All right, good morning to all of you. All righty, so let's get into the meat of our discussion this morning. And not sure how many of you came across as well.
Take out this and put it again. Put it back in for me, please.
You should turn it up. You probably need to turn up.
No, it's
shorter now.
Yeah.
All right, so por favor. That's better?
No.
Oh Lord. Okay. All right. My suggestion to you then is to take this, I'll put back in the other one and use that. All right. Let me get going. All right. So not sure how many of you saw this article on like one of them children who don't want to do what they were told to do or suggested to do. That's how your face okay right now. All right. All right, let's set into this one, folks. All right. So on Eyewitness News, there was an article that came out yesterday that says, titled, Online Tool Launch for Vinci Voter Registration, Lookup. All right. So Vincentian Career Computer Scientists launched an online tool that voters can use to verify their registration for the upcoming general election. Shamra London told Eyewitness News that the online registration tool, Lookup tool, a voter analysis system, is part of a broader analytics platform that existed for over 15 years. This go around, the decision was made to create an online presence, starting with the voter registration lookup module, he told Eyewitness News. Then the goal is to expand the platform to the rest of the region. London said that there is a lot of room for digital improvement in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in the Caribbean. This is just one example. As a country and a region, we need to become much more efficient within the confines of the law. He said this means that as the country embarks on a digital journey, we can't interfere with the secrecy of the ballots, for example, nor should we use generative artificial intelligence for anything nefarious or unethical. All right. So the article continues just a little bit more, but that's in essence what it is. So if you go on the Eyewitness News article, there is actually a link there that you can click. And it will take you to a website called valsy.net. And you can plug in your information. You could put in other people's name. And you will see information with regards to where persons are registered to vote. Now, it's not to say that this is anything that is completely unique, because there is the voter list for the electoral office as well. Even if you do like a random Google search of your name, sometimes that would also take you to your registered voter information from the electoral office list. All right. But it's just that this makes it, I guess, maybe a little bit easier in a sense, once you remember the email address, to look up individuals. Did you test it?
No, I did not.
Oh, you didn't? All right. So it is, so I did look it up. I think some of the things that I am taken away from it is that there are many persons, at least the random searches that I did for, several people that I know, many persons are not registered to vote in the areas that they live, right? Where it is that I am registered to vote, I am not living, but it's the same constituency. In my case, it's the same constituency, but it's just that the village or the community is different, because at the point of registering to vote, I never changed it, right? But there are several persons, when I look them up, they are not registered to vote in the areas that they live, which for me is also going to come back to, maybe that point that I'm always making about how do you decide to vote? Is it going to be best candidate off of best party? And for some of these individuals, it's going to have to come down to party and not candidate, right? Because you can be living in South Leeward, but you're registered to vote in North Leeward.
Well, once they know where they're registered to vote, they should already, I think by now, if you've been a registered voter from before, then you should already know who is your representative and what you're voting for. And I guess to some extent, you wouldn't really be paying attention to your area rep if that is not your voting area rep.
Yeah, but this is what it is a challenge for me, because when candidates go around campaigning, they might be going around campaigning thinking that this individual is going to cast a vote for them. But we're hoping that they're going to cast a vote for their party and not for them, because they're not going to be able to vote for them directly, right? There is also another thing that I recognize, in that two individuals who I know who passed, their names are still on this list, right? And I sent the information to one person, and they asked me the question, well, how is it this could be happening if it's not a case where the electoral office list isn't supposed to align with the list by the registry in terms of persons who have passed away, right? So I am not sure if, maybe for us as citizens to help to clean up this list, maybe you can do your part. You can go and search for persons who you know have died, and maybe call the electoral office to figure out how it is that as citizens, us knowing this information can help to clean up the list, because we also don't want to have a bloated list where, let's say it says that we have a voting population. How our population is 110? I think our 10 is even less now, but let me say we have a voting population of 70,000. And because the list isn't cleaned up, you are going to have maybe like 80,000, 90,000. Well, I mean, that's probably like a really high figure that I'm putting there, but you're going to have over the number of persons who are actually eligible to vote, right? One person who I had mentioned this to said that his mother passed away 10 years ago and her name is still on the list. All right. So, when you have this whole conversation, you and Nicole had it last week about the voter registration being low. No, voting turnout being low I think you spoke about Jamaica and Guyana. Part of it could also be because the voters list needed to be cleaned up.
True.
Right.
And I think Guyana was actually talking about cleaning up their voter list. I can't remember if anybody else was talking about that. But the thing is, this should not even be something that you have to say to anybody at all. Like we the regular members of society should not even have to put this to anybody in authority. This should be a no-brainer. You have to clean up the voter list. You have to make sure you check to see if people have died and take them off the list. They don't have somebody for that.
Well, this is the thing. I'm not sure, but so while it is that should be happening, my thing is that maybe because I was being a little curious, in that I checked for 3 persons who I know who passed away. 2 of them name was still on it and 1 person was off, right? So when it is for persons like us who come across this, I suppose the question would be, how can we as the citizens help to maybe inform whoever that this person has passed away, and let's say electoral office can then verify with the registry to confirm and then take them off the list, right? Maybe it should not fall to us, but if you're curious enough and you put in the information, you're going to see it there, and maybe we can help to do our part to help to clean up this list.
Did you say when was the longest time for those deaths? Like how long ago?
So time? 1 person who passed away last year, I looked for them and their name was not on the list, right? But another person who passed away last year also, that person's name is on the list, right? But I notified a family member to their family members so that they could figure out how to do it, because the person asked me, well, what is it that they're supposed to do here? I was like, I don't know. So, and of course it was too late for me to try to find message anybody to try to figure it out, right? Or to get this cleared up. But yeah, this is interesting. All right. So we have a call. Hi, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning. Talking about voters list. Voters list is gonna have dead people in it. Because people who are supposed to go and make sure that the family or whatever it is name is do not do it. The people at the electoral office can't figure out that could you die unless somebody report that I passed away.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to work hand in hand with registry.
Yeah. So, but you can't go down. Because a lot of people, even back in the day, a lot of people have birth. They give birth at home, and sometimes they wait 3 months to go down to register the child. The child 3 months older than they register. People. I mean, that's how it's supposed to work. I mean, I'm in an office and I'm there registering people to vote. I don't see how you want me to go down by the registry and find out if this person dead. If the person is not even registered as a dead person yet in the registry office, So a lot of times it's not the office itself, because here in America there are a lot of dead people in this. There are people move from one state to the next state and then notify them that they're leaving. And they come and they register in another state to vote, and then they still register in another state to vote. So somehow I think people don't see voting lists as important.
No, to me it is, because when it comes back down to stats, when you're looking at election results and you're trying to put stats together, this is where it becomes important. Even in the case of, let's say, in a constituency, let's say for me in Clear Valley, the candidate might be thinking, or let's say for ULP, thinking that this is what they got in terms of those residents of Clear Valley voting for this particular candidate. When case in point could be, I actually voted in North Leeward, so the stats of what are going to be a little bit off.
I understand what you're saying, and don't get me wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of people who don't care about that. They move. I'm on living Georgetown, find a girl down in Shackle. The girl in Shatter, so she ain't like Georgetown, she ain't move. She like you, she love you, but she ain't love Georgetown. So you know, if you really want me, you gotta come Shatter.
Yeah.
The night the day he decided that he go Shatter for him, he just pack up his bag and go Shatter.
Yeah.
When he left him, you know, there might be a registration going on in Shatter. He decided that he will go register. He didn't even think about Georgetown to go and say, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not, you know. So,
All right.
so it's hard. It's a hard task to clean up a list. I mean, unless you make it mandatory that people have to go and report their debt and their box, but I don't think it's.
All right, we kind of
I don't
had.
think it's mandatory.
Yeah, we had a run, and Coach Joe, it's 7:35.
All
All
right.
right.
No problem.
All right. Thanks for your contribution. All right. So we will continue the discussion maybe after 7:45 or another day. But yes. But anyhow, just to end that, for those of you who have registered to vote, you can go and check valsy.net to verify your information. If it needs to be changed, then contact the electoral office to find out what's the process with that. All right. And we are heading on out. Time right now, SVG, it is quickly approaching 7:36.